Okay, everybody. Oh, there we go. Okay. Recording's working, audio's working. All right. So, a long time coming. This video is about the prior 3 months of market activity in Bullhead City. I got way behind on these because it takes a long time the way I was doing it. So, I'm changing things up for the month of December and ongoing. If you've watched any of these previous videos, basically what I do is I track the pending sales in all of Bullhead City. Green cursor, there it is. And up top here, not turning. Anyway, up top, pending sales shows you the time period. This is for November. On the same video, I'm going to be attaching October and September, and that brings everything up to date through November. I'm getting ready to start December's data in a couple days here. But I track the pending sales, just trying to get an idea of the trends, where the Bullhead City Market's at for all residential property types, single family home, manufactured, and condos. Those are 3 categories. So with this first tab, I break all the data for the month, all the pending sales for the entire month of November in this case, down into 5 different categories, or at least I was. But the 5 categories would be days on the market, which is this first one we're in here. If you look at the bottom of the screen. So how many days on the market was this property active before it went pending? And then it's always followed by the pie chart here. The chart for that data. This gives you a little better visual. The biggest trend for November was there were 5 properties on the market for 3 days. So that was the day of the month that had the biggest movement. The third day of the month had 5 properties that went pending. Would be the second. Oh, so sorry. And so on. So the other data category I like to look at and get a feel for is the subdivision. So now same data, but I've sorted it by the subdivision category here. Also, I forgot to mention that this is total pending sales for the month. When I run these reports on the last day of the month, these were all the sales that were pending. So for November, there were only 35 properties pending at the last day of the month. This is low, as you'll see in a minute. But anyways, back to subdivision. This data is same 35 properties, but now I have them listed by subdivision. There's our subdivision chart. That's clearly had the most activity, and that is Rancho Colorado. Rancho Colorado is a new construction subdivision. It's got nice views, which I'm sure is why it's so popular. And it's a Century Communities property, so reasonably priced bread and butter homes. 260, 270,000 ish. That's what you're going to see there, and it's consistently in the top 3 subdivisions. Again, as you'll see. Okay, next tab we have price. So same 35 listings, but now we're sorted in price, low to high. The price I take out leased land home sales because they really aren't equitable to properties where you're buying the land. You're always going to see a reduced price for those because you have to pay for the park rent that the manufactured home's sitting in. Price chart for the price is always going to be all over the place. It's very rare to see the same price more than once. However, there were 2 sales at $264,123, 2 sales at $269,123, and I can tell you that those are Rancho Colorado. Those are Century Community homes. All right, and then the type. What are the trends in the type of homes? And this has been consistent again the whole time I've been doing this, which has been since February of 2023. Condos coming in at the least amount of sales. Manufactured homes, middle, they're coming in second, and then single family homes are the majority of the purchases. or the pending, because sometimes stuff falls out of pending. There's our type chart, and there again, you can see pretty clearly that the single family homes, there were 25 single family home purchases, or pardon me, listings that went pending, 3 condos, same time period, and then 7 manufactured homes. So all those numbers together, 25, 7, and 3 equals our 35 pending transactions. Notes is the tab which will be going away starting in December. And this tab is the one that is incredibly time consuming, was incredibly time consuming for me, because I would go into every one of these listings and eyeball the photos, the descriptions, and the subdivisions, with some familiarity with them, and just try and figure out why this house, for example, sold before another house for the same square footage, bedroom, and price. Why did this one sell before others in the same type of home, for example? And this is what my assessment is. This is why. It's because it was a large lot and it had some upgrades to it. Large upgrades, and by far, as you'll see on the next tab, large lot with upgrades and new construction are the things that people are putting their money on. That is what people want. That's what people value. And that's why I'm doing this, to try and guesstimate the trends. Month over month change. So this is the trends. This first chart is days on market prior to going to pending. This is, again, is the total number of properties pending the last day of February, total number of properties pending last day of March, and so on. And you can see November was incredibly slow. We dropped off a cliff there with only 35. This chart here is our subdivision breakdown. And I actually just show the top 3, but when there's a tie, like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, 6 subdivisions that had 3 sales within it in the month of July. I'm going to show all the subdivisions in the tie. But as I mentioned previously, if you start looking at Rancho Colorado, where did they start coming into play? April. About April, they started moving, and always within top 3. Wow, August they did not, but they went back in September, October. Rancho Colorado has been in the top 3 subdivisions. So just again, what areas of town people are interested in buying in. That's what I find value there. Again, notes, I've pretty much gathered all the information there is to gather there, because it's consistently new construction are leading the activity, or large lot with upgrades. Again, this is going back to February. It's always either new construction or large lot. There was this period of time, June through October, when it was the large lots. New construction was coming in second. But then in November, new construction popped back up to being the number 1 value, or at the time. There's our type charts. Again, no surprises there. Condos are always the lesser amount of sales. Manufactured are in the middle, and then single family, always the majority. Alrighty, and this is our price. Obviously, I have to group it, otherwise we'd have way too many lines here. But this is the grouping, and I started just kind of highlighting the green. Shows you where the most activity is, just kind of eyeballing the numbers that I'm seeing here. So in February, March, we had activity back at the 101,000 area down to 400K. But what I find interesting is the trend is moving down. It's starting at higher numbers. For example, April starting at 201 and going down. May we pop back up. And then in November again, we're starting now at the 201 to 300K. That's where the activity was. So curious to see where that goes in the future, because there's a lot of speculation Housing prices are going to continue to go up, even though we have a lot more inventory now. If you've been paying attention, there's a lot of new construction sitting on the market right now. Good deals too, what I consider to be good deals. So we're in flux. The predictions are saying we're going to have an avalanche of sales, and yet the data keeps coming out, and that just hasn't happened yet. The mortgage rates are supposed to go really low, but yet they actually went up a little bit recently. So we're just waiting to see. Okay, so the change I was referring to will be starting next month. Instead of me doing the notes, I'm going to put some links in here. And by the way, all this information is from our MLS. This is directly ported over from the MLS system. So what I'm going to do starting in December is I'm just going to put some hyperlinks down here that shows all of these properties, the links to these properties. So that way, if you really want to look at the properties yourself, if you're thinking of selling, maybe you want to see what the competition is out there for you in your price range or whatever, you can actually look on the MLS. It's kind of the same thing as Zillow, but it's just a little easier, I think. And I believe I got it to work. So anybody that clicks on that link should be able to see all the properties. If not, please leave a comment and let me know if there's an issue, or I'll always have my phone number on there. Please feel free to call, reach out, or shoot me an email. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk to you later.